Good evening, everyone. I hope you are having a great day. This is Friday, and the spirit of Thanksgiving for those in USA, or Good Friday, what they call it, Black Friday. How are you all doing? Okay, yeah. So digital marketing. Basically, I'm Chukwuemeka, and what qualifies me enough to be educating this audience on digital marketing? It's an humble calling, and I really appreciate whatever grace and that finds me fit to educate people on digital marketing. So today, let me just give you an overview of what you've been learning. It's actually the fundamentals of what digital marketing is. It's a journey. It's not a day run. And today, I will expect everyone after the end of today's course or today's projections or whatever we do today. I expect that people tends to understand the fundamental of what it means to be a digital marketer. I hope you all understand the goal for today's class. We're good, sir. Okay, good. So Crypto Bootcamp, thank you for organizing this. So we need to get a lot of more people into this tech skill space. And I'll start. I'm just waiting for the slide to come up so we can follow through the organized program. But before we get started, and I want you to understand that everything you see, every company you see today, B2B, B2C, C2C, whatever company we see, B2G, they all rely on digital marketing. And previously, before the age of the internet, we had what we call the traditional marketing, which is still in existence. I'm sure a lot of you move around, you see billboards, you watch TV, you see television ads, you listen to the radio, you hear radio ads. There are a lot of things you go through, and you get to see a lot of companies trying to promote to you, trying to reach you through a lot of ads that could relate to a certain level of audience. Like currently, if you're watching the World Cup, you see Budweiser, you see different products trying to use the sports activities to reach you. It's all generally called marketing. And that's why we have traditional marketing, we have digital marketing. For today, what we'll be doing today is trying to get you to understand what digital marketing is. And look at the first slide, what did I write? The channel. Digital marketing is a channel, a whole robust channel, ever-growing channel. And this is the key to your possibilities. You can even do your personal brand and move it onto digital marketing to blow it out there, maybe through different channels, through LinkedIn, through YouTube, through Facebook, through Twitter. We call them micro-influencers, we call them influencers on different channels. They are all digitals, they are inclined and all certain kind of using digital marketing to promote what they do. So please, can you run the 705? Hello? So we'll go to the second slide. Yeah, so thank you. So at the end, you should be able to have a fundamental knowledge about being a digital marketer. Now, being a digital marketer is you being able to be responsible for different verticals that make a company or whatever stuff you're doing become more visible in the eyes of the users, the audience, the targeted audience. And that is why you have different products, different personals. You create a product for people who want to drink beer. You try to arrange the personals, you know that it's from 18 plus, or let's say 19 to they're about 60 years old, they all drink beer. You're saying, oh, this should be a working class, they should be living in the urban side. You're trying to find different marketing vehicles that makes that product known by more people in the space. You're trying to also use that, amplify that marketing channel, to make sure that the competitors, you can actually target or retarget your customer base or your competitors' customers. You're getting your market shares. Because over the years, a lot of individuals have moved from traditional, being able to view traditional channels to being more on the digital space, maybe on Twitter, Facebook. You have more of this user base using this social channels to become more, to get information or to be out there. So the reason why digital marketing becomes a very valuable tool moving ahead. Please, let's go to the next slide. Okay, let's define marketing. And if you look at let's define marketing, this slide, I think I went through just to give a general perspective of what marketing is. What is marketing? Promotion and sales of goods and services, including market research and advertising. All this includes awareness and all that. Why I wrote it this way is that marketing is not just about doing advert, making awareness. It has a complete cycle of you being able to do awareness. There's a cycle of you coming back home, looking at what the awareness reach, how the reach, how you got to that reach, taking it back to the research table, doing your marketing research, understanding what you need to be able to amplify, to optimize, to get back to your audience and bring back good results, better results. So marketing is experimental. It has a cycle. It's not just about, that's a lot of mistake. A lot of people, they think marketing is just one way, advertise, awareness, and all that. Marketing is a whole cycle from research, from doing the awareness, from deploying from what you got from research, deployment of those research, what you've concluded from the research, then looking at the data and asking yourself, what did I do wrong? What did I do good? What was the result? What are the metrics? Then coming back to the table after looking at those data to redeploy better activities. So marketing is a way of, let's say, creating a more efficient vehicle for you to be seen out there, ensuring that those vehicles you're creating, you're optimizing them, you're looking at what works, what doesn't work. I hope you guys are taking note because not everything is on this slide for sure. And remember, this is a 1-hour course. But remember, digital marketing is a life journey. You keep learning. As I am, I keep learning every day. It's a whole growing field. Tomorrow you hear of the new trending activities in marketing, viral marketing. A lot of things comes out daily. So it's not just a one-day show. So you understand that this slide can never give you, marketing is now like engineering. We have the data science now becoming part of the marketing play. So it's more like engineering now because you have to always engineer. There's a lot of noise out there, filter out the noise. And this is where marketing research becomes very important. You understand? So let's get to the next slide. We've defined marketing and I hope that it's clear. If it's clear, just show me a smile or just say, yes, it's clear, and we'll move on to the next slide. I would like to see like 10 comments before I continue. Yeah, 1. I'm counting. I'm going to stop you. I get 10. It's just 6. It's remaining 4 more. Then we'll move on. And I just stay here, man, all day. 7:05, I'm out. Okay, we got over 10 now. Thank you all, and I appreciate you guys engaging with us. And that is good. So we have defined marketing. Let's break it down. So like I said before we started, before we got to the slide, there are 2 channels of marketing. We have traditional marketing, which is still used to today. We also have digital marketing. Now, traditional marketing is any kind of advertising you do offline media to reach your consumers. So it could be billboard, it could be newspaper, it could be, what would I call it? Radio and television ad. It could be, there are a lot of forms. It could be door-to-door marketing, like multi-level market where they come to your door, knock, like the Jehovah's Witness, preaching door-to-door about a product. So traditional marketing takes different form of gospel. It's like evangelism on the road. So different form of marketing, that is what traditional marketing is. Now, taking this journey of what marketing is, we've defined marketing, we've defined traditional marketing. Now, the major focus of today, which is digital marketing, the focus is any marketing that employs electronic device that may be utilized by marketing professionals to transmit promotional message, assess their effect along consumer journey. You see that thing I said about marketing is not just about promoting. It said promotional message and assessing their effect effect along the consumer journey. Remember, you're teaching consumers. You're trying to make them trust your product. You're trying to make them use your product. You're trying to make them understand the value you're proposing. So you have to know if your message, the promotional message you're sending out, if it's reaching to them, if they're understanding the message, if your copies are selling. You have to understand, it's not just about throwing out message, doing copy designs, doing fine color, put the colors together and all that. So, like I said, I wasn't able to cover a lot about digital marketing today, but I want you guys to get a fundamental, and I hope I'm doing a good job with that, because this is like, I'm not really a teacher, but I'm trying my best to be today. So you see the image I put there, one guy with laptop, one guy with newspaper. The guy with newspaper is, consuming the normal form of traditional system. The guy with laptop sees Facebook, sees Instagram, sees Twitter, sees YouTube. Is consuming the form of digital form. And this is where you sell traditional marketing to those guys who read the newspaper. You sell digital marketing to those who are always on the laptop. So you need to understand the data, who your product needs to reach, what channels you need to use, more effectively. So let's go to the next slide. So I said, now you understand digital marketing. I'm guessing. I cannot say that everyone gets it, but what next? Now that you understand, oh, this is digital marketing, what next? So I said, let me try and say how you get started with digital marketing. How do you get started? We should talk on that. So I try to break this down to 3 stages of anyone who wants to get into digital marketing, for you to be able to understand how you can start your journey, on how you could become a digital marketer, on how you could become one of the pros in the next 1 to 6 months, depends on how you put in the work. Now, I created it into 3 sectors. 1, the marketing process, selecting channels, and tracking system. Now, the marketing process, I put in like 3, I tried to put in 3 for each others, but it could be more than this. Like I said, marketing is growing each day, it's becoming more robust. You can't end it just somewhere. Now, I said the marketing process, you should be research driven. How do you research? Let's say Coca-Cola comes to you now and say they need a marketing tool for the people of Jos or for the people of Kaduna. Where do you start from? What is your marketing process like? Now you need to get into research. You need to search, how are Jos people seeking for soda? How are Jos people seeing soda? What is the major brand in Jos? What are people drinking in Jos? That is your research process. You also need to understand the brand guideline. What is current Coca-Cola brand line? How does it suit the demographic in Jos? What is demographic? Demographic is a key set of people in a certain region based on character, based on uniqueness. It could be age, it could be type of religion, it could be what they actually do, educated or non-educated. So you put them into a demographic, you try to put their interest under that demographic, try to understand. Under your research, this is all you're doing. You're trying to create a marketing process. You're trying to ensure that you're getting to create an ad that would meet Coca-Cola standard in Jos. Because what works for people in Afghanistan might not work for people in Lagos or in Jos. So this is where the research starts at the marketing process. Now, I use this as a joke because we have one of the presidential candidates that said top to bottom. So I said setting up top to bottom system, and I'm laugh out loud. We explain. So when you're doing marketing, there is nothing you're doing in this world that is actually new. The traditional marketing has done it. You just bring in some of those ideas into digital marketing and trying to amplify it because of the reach. You could easily reach more people through digital marketing. Those are the advantage of digital marketing. You could be in Lagos, you could reach people in Abuja, Kaduna. You could reach people around the world through digital marketing. Now, the question is, top to bottom, what does that mean? Like I said, Coca-Cola comes to you. You need to deploy a marketing for them. What do? You go look for all the top brands, all the guys are already doing this out there. No, you have Pepsi, you have 7-Up, you go look, what did they do in Jos from top? Then you start looking, how did they layer it down from those top, from the brand image down to the consumer. Now you're looking at what Coca-Cola is doing. You're looking at their footprint on light. You're researching on them on Instagram. You're researching on them on all social media. Try to understand what they did to capture that market. Now you're learning from the top to the bottom. You're learning from the people who are already doing it, trying to take some ideas from them to implement on your marketing process. I hope I've been clear so far. I hope I'm not moving with too much speed. I'm just trying to make sure we meet up with time, Is that clear so far? Okay. Yeah. So let's go on. So setting up content framework and calendar. So for digital marketing, everything you do deals with content. So in your marketing process, if you don't have a content framework, if you don't have a content calendar, because you have digital marketing is very noisy. You have thousands of channels out there. You have to be able to create a framework for your content and a calendar which is going to be pointing out what channels, where you're going to be using. You have to have it really arranged. Like, you have to be really defined on how you want to go out there with your content. You should understand your content framework for every channel you're working. And that's why I said digital marketing is like engineering. You have to be able to build up that content framework where you can always implement those tasks repeatedly across different platforms, and any other person who comes to be your digital marketing sees those content framework. A lot of people, when I see a lot of Nigerians do digital marketing and all that, I see them doing it like guesswork, scattered work, just wake up one morning, no structure, no framework, no content framework, no program guideline, nothing at all. They just do, no message outflow. They just do, take content, something that comes up to their mind. They don't wake up stressed and like, I have this idea. They don't have a way to be able to understand the objective of this content, the reach of this content, the people we are targeting with this content, and what are the expected outcomes from this content. To be able to, this will help your marketing process become more optimized, become more, more market-driven, data-driven, based on the people you're targeting. It's not just going to be an idealistic, ideas are important, but it's not going to just be an idealistic on-the-point marketing approach. You have created a framework and have a calendar that helps you deliver on time. I saw something posted online that people who don't have timeline end up running around the circle because they feel they have all the time in the world to deliver. That is the essence of having a content calendar, which means you know when to deliver on this channel, you know when. Those are the part of your marketing process. So let's go to section 2. Now, selecting channels. Now, from your research, you would have understood that channels that works for you to deploy. Remember I said the top to bottom. You've seen channels your competitors are using. You've been able to look out from that research, from top to bottom. What is 7-Up doing that I can use for Coca-Cola? What is Pepsi doing that I can use for Coca-Cola? Now, those will help you streamline the channel that you should focus on for your company, for the company you're setting up a marketing program or campaign for. Now you've streamlined it that, YouTube works. That's why 7-Up has been using it a lot. Facebook works perfectly. Okay, yeah, let's stick to Facebook. And now, you're not being everywhere because you've gotten it from top and you've understood that this is how they streamline it to the lowest or the bottom of the food chain. It helps you, not waste your time being everywhere at all time. Now, I said the second on this selected is experimental. So sometimes you'll be like, what worked for Coca-Cola might not work for me. So you need to experiment. You need to experiment with those channels. How do you experiment with those channels? You do some programs on those channels. You try to understand the feedback. Try to see what works. Try to see how they reacted to it. Then that will make you know what channel should I scale on. What channel should I increase, amplify? What channel should I improve my activities on? What channels should I put the energy on? And that is the point where you need to the experiment. And remember, you need to recycle. The content you use for Facebook can work on Twitter, but you need to know how to recycle it to work for Twitter. The content you use for Twitter can work for YouTube, but you need to know that it's visual. How do I recycle it to work for the visual channel like Instagram and YouTube? So recycling content is another key for selecting channel. When you're recycling, you're saying, this same content I use for Twitter, I recycled it for the Facebook. It worked perfectly better on Facebook. So next time, I think I will focus on using the similar content for the audience on Facebook. So recycling content becomes very paramount for you to improve your channels and all that. Now, I went to the third one. I said tracking system. Now, I've said it. It's not just the one straight just promoting out there. Data speaks for itself. Now, I throw there's a lot of data that matter. I throw out something on Twitter, and at the end of the day, you need to know this thing I'm throwing. How are people engaging on it? Are people clicking on the link? Is there a CTA? What is the end result? Is this thing bringing result? Why should I continue? Why should I stop? What should I do better? You need to learn from the data to understand how to change your content framework that you're posting out there or whatever you're doing out there to improve the marketing, whatever marketing campaign you're doing. Remember, iterate with data. Now, you've seen the data that speaks for itself. You're not just going to take that data and feel good and, just relax and not do anything. You need to take what you saw on that data and iterate with data. Iterate your marketing with data. iterate what you learned from that marketing, what you learned from the data you saw, on the first point, and improve on optimize on your marketing channel. If it's content, if it's blogging, if it's ad, whatever you need to iterate with the data you've seen out there. So the third option there, the third point there is understanding the metrics that matter. For different channels, there are metrics that matter. For virtual channels like YouTube, the number of views and how they reacted to maybe if you told them to click, if they needed to click, you have to verify if they were actually clicking on the link or subscribing to the channel. If it's Facebook, you say, oh, did they like, did they comment? Did they also click? If you directed it to a link, you have to know what data matters. If it's going to end to a blogging page, you go check your blogging page. The traffic come from Facebook, the traffic come from Twitter. Where did this traffic? You need to understand what metrics, what that is. The impression, is it more important to you, or conversion? What is important? Is it for awareness? You have to understand different campaign has an end goal. So you have to understand. That is why in your research, you will be like, at the beginning of your research, when you're creating, setting up content framework, you have to know this content is for awareness. This content is for conversion. This content is for retargeting. This content is for this. Then at that point, understanding the metric that matters becomes very important, because you're saying, from my content framework, this should be targeting new users. This should be targeting awareness. More people should see it. This should be targeting my previous customer and getting them to re-engage with my platform. So the metric that matters depends from your content framework. And this is why it's important from the beginning of your marketing research, before deploying, you've already set out KPIs, key performance index, for all your deployments at selecting channels for your promotion. I'm done with this slide. Can I move on? If I can move on, please tell me yes, so we'll go to the next slide. Okay, I'm getting just yes from 3 people or 4 people, and I think we need, move on. We need few more. Okay, we're good. So we just downgraded the almighty digital marketing to 3 major sectors. Now, the reason I'm doing this is that a lot of people make this thing complex. I just divided all the marketing system to 3 different sections, and this is to make you understand how you could flow by becoming a digital marketer. With those 3 sectors, you can just easily understand how you could get into these things. You could go start researching, you could go start understanding how to select your market channels, and you can understand how to, you need data to be able to deploy a more effective process. Then you start again from the beginning, back to market research, selecting the high performance channels, and coming back to your data to tracking how these things are performing. Now you see that it is not so much of a big deal. You just need to put in the work. We keep learning. It's a journey, not a 1-hour subject. Laugher. So this picture here, the life of a digital marketer. The mom always complains that you're always on Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram. The guy just replied, that is my job. So you need to understand, as a digital marketer, you are on all the channels that you need to be on, to learn. You need to follow suit with people out there to understand what is working. You need to do research to understand what is trending, because every day new stuff, new activities comes up. Let's talk on different components that makes up digital marketing. Now, there are components that make up. I wasn't able to list all of them, but I tried to list as many as I can. No, we have advertising. Advertising just simply means the general advertising we know, but now on digital marketing is an online advertising, entails bidding and purchasing of relevant ad units on third-party sites such as display ad on blogs, forum, and other pertinent websites out there. So when you go to Facebook, you could actually purchase ad. You pay and create your demographic and target, and that is advertising, online advertising. The same on YouTube, the same on different channels. The same on, there are a lot of channels out there where you could actually buy ads, and there are a lot of different channels out there, thousands of them. But this is where you now need research, because not all channels works for you. Not all channel belongs to you. Not all channels speaks to you. So you need to understand where you can get more of your consumers and target those channels more effectively. So content marketing, this is 2. Content marketing is an important approach of attracting new clients in content marketing. Regular online publication of high quality and relevant information will aid establishing thought leader on that. So let's look at, let me give an example of, there's this guy, Folusho, that talks about tech on YouTube. The guy talks about tech so much that he becomes an authority on all his content on YouTube. Is it Fisayo? All his content on YouTube, it's always tech related. It talks about mobile phones, it talks about tech. Now, he has been able to establish an authority on that subject because of what he talks on that subject, and people see him as a relevant authority to go to for that subject. When someone wants to know about a techno new phone, he might decide to go to Fisayo to see what Fisayo has to say about that phone, because they've trusted him over the years, because he has been bringing high-level content. And remember, this guy didn't start from high level. I think he started from somewhere, but he has gotten to somewhere today, and that has made him an authority in that field. So that is what content marketing is. Being able, like Linda Ikeji, she's an authority in gossip content. If you want to find out what gossip or this blogger or Insta blog, they are authority in Amiibo content, and they've been able to prove themselves over the year to be an authority in Amiibo content, and they are doing well for themselves in being an Amiibo in those. So content marketing, it's another powerful way to push out your content. You need to show authority. If it's Coca-Cola you're working for, you need to show authority in understanding how to sell to those your consumers about content, about what Coca-Cola is all about the value proposition, through storytelling, through whatever method you have to learn what works. You have to look out there. You have to understand, oh, okay, let me do this content this way. It will show my authority. Let's talk about what is trending. Okay, Coca-Cola, they are saying sugar is bad. Can we talk about how we are trying to bring out more healthy soda for people as Coca-Cola as a brand? So content marketing is a very powerful tool, and you can put it out there, and a lot of people can search on your search engine optimization. That's improving your search results, trying to understand what keyword analysis is. Like I said, digital marketing is broad. We can't finish it today, but I'm just trying to make you understand the fundamental, so you go out there and research and work on it, and work on yourself to become a renowned digital marketer like Neil Patel. Name them. There are a lot of them out there. Email marketing is another component of digital market. That's why you see a lot of people say subscribe. You see a lot of people do newsletter and they say subscribe. Why are they telling you to subscribe? So they can always remarket to you. Email marketing is a form of efficient tool for marketing to users, because why? Once you collect that their email, you can directly always send them promotional, consumable messages, depending on the products you want to talk about, or depending on the content you want to sell to them. It's now like a direct to consumer. You have the access, and it's a very cheap form of marketing compared to maybe buying promotional ad. Once you have those people subscribe to your newsletter, you can always push out that message to that community, to those people who have registered. Remember that these days you're forming a community of people who love your brand. I won't talk about community here today because I'm talking about digital marketing, but also know that digital marketing needs you to combine it with community building, because now you're creating a community of people who would love your brand, who would like what you're doing, who will push for that message. You need to create that effect out there. That is another story for another subject. Mobile marketing. These days, I'm sure almost everyone on this phone is joining with a mobile iPhone. Now, there are a lot of different forms of mobile marketing. I'm sure a lot of you who use Techno or Phoenix browser, you would have seen a lot of ads telling you to download a certain app, trying to use what you consume to target you. Maybe you open exercise app so much, you find out that exercise ads or start targeting you so much, or during the Christmas period you start seeing promotions from like Jumia saying 50% discount, Good Friday, and a lot of marketers to reach those targets. And how do they get to you? Through mobile devices. You're submitting your data as far as you're using a mobile phone, you say cookies or whatever you name it, and they're targeting you because you've decided to share. A lot of you don't read those acceptance messages. So, and that is another powerful tool a lot of people use to blow up their mobile downloads. It's an efficient marketing tool to improve the way we reach our consumers directly. But it could be expensive at sometimes. You could hear like $2, $1 conversion rate, or $5. You can get as high as $10. It depends on how the conversion rate, cost of conversion or cost of acquiring users is compared to the platform or to the subjects you're selling to. So paid search. I'm sure sometimes when you go to Google, you type a certain product. The first component you see on that Google result are ads selling you search results relating to that ad or what you just searched for. Those are paid search. So when you go to Google, you can bid on keywords. You could bid on those keywords that matter that people search on. Google will even help you suggest some of those keywords and tell you the price for some of those keyword. You know, they say per click, cost per click, CPC or something like that. You see all those. I wasn't able to put some of those technical language here because we're just trying to work on the fundamental. But you need to go home, do your homework, start studying on different form of this component. Like I said, digital marketing. They have email. You can even choose just to be a content marketer as your focus as a digital marketing. You can focus on just being an advertiser that uses online platform and help companies amplify. You could just choose to be a paid ad search performer something. So let's go to the next slide. I'm trying to move fast so we don't kill the time. This is okay. Yeah, we're almost there. Sorry, I can't see the slide. Okay, I can see it now. I'm trying to see the slide anymore. Hello, can anyone hear me? Okay, I can see the slide. Let's go to the next slide, please. Thank you. Anyone can? Yeah. Okay, so there are different levels of advertisements. Now, technical people went ahead saying that, why should we just rely on Facebook, Google, paid search? Why can't we make advertisement programmatic? When they mean programmatic is that you come on Facebook, you come on a blog, you see maybe Coca-Cola, and maybe you clicked on Pepsi, and they tell you to submit the cookies. Now that they are learning from the users, then they are learning from that to create. They've created a program that takes that users, what the users read, what you're doing online, to be able to sell ads relating to what you do online. If you visit more about crypto, you tend to see more ads relating. So they've created a channel that could, instead of focusing on one channel, that could take it across different blogging channels, different mobile. If you're playing Candy Crush, if you're playing, you're listening to Boomplay, even you're on Spotify. They use programmatic ads to deliver advertisement to all those channels to be able to reach those users that are, let's say you're on Spotify. You'll be surprised. Why is it that on Spotify, I'm seeing an ad relating to what I searched on Google, or what I read on Instagram, or what I did? That's why privacy becomes an issue. What I read or what I've been doing you've been doing this thing on another platform, but you're on Spotify, and these ads are coming to you. So those are programmatic. So they're like, let's try to unify that mobile device users characteristics and be able to use it to deploy more efficient ad relating to what their interest is. And that is where programmatic ad, they automate the bidding process for digital marketing. And that is why you see you could pay for a channel and it's distributed you can distribute ads from to even 1,000 channels. It depends on your marketing budget. So companies that have huge marketing budgets, you find out that anywhere you go, you see their ads. You see it if you read Punch newspaper, you see it. If you go to Spotify, you see it. Anywhere you go, because they're using programmatic channels to distribute their ads to hundreds of possible channels out there as much as possible to reach those their demographic and targeted users. Now, search engine optimization is the same thing as popularly called SEO. Now, what is SEO? Every day people search on keywords, search on what they want to learn, search on what they want to read. And that's why you find that a lot of companies out there have created a blogging arm where they talk about subjects to target what people search online. So let's say you're into food industry. A lot of people search how to cook egusi. Now you create a blog. Let's say you're Mangino. You create a blog that relates to those keywords. And those keywords, a search engine has the technical side and has the regular side. That is why I say digital marketing is now broad. So search engine is a very powerful tool, and it's the evergreen approach to improving your marketing delivery. When I mean evergreen approach, let's say you have an authority on the content. You don't need to really pay much for Facebook or any other people to promote you, because you're getting huge traffic from those people who are searching monthly, weekly, daily for that thing, that content, those quality contents you're creating out there. It could be on Instagram, it could be on TikTok, there are different levels of content. Contents are visual, they are text. So content marketing works with SEO, and you need to be able to match the two to be able to create a very optimized even your website needs SEO, your metadata, name it. It's not just about creating content. Even your website, the keywords, how you write your content on the website, how you place the H1, H2, whatever, H5, whatever, how you arrange it's very important to how Google crawls and how Google's index your website. So search engine optimization comes with some technicalities and also is a very important aspect of digital marketing, but you need to also work with it. You need to be strategic. You need to do a lot of research. You need to understand what it means. and you need to read a lot about it and keep improving what you do every day to ensure that you hear this. Social media marketing includes influencers, includes advertising on Facebook, includes yourself, your personal posting on your handle, how you use hashtag. Different for social media marketing is broad. You're advertising on social media channels like YouTube, Facebook, but it means how you use those channels. Like you have an influencer like Fisayo on YouTube. You could say, oh, let me pay Fisayo to promote my product. It aligns. I'm into mobile devices. I would like him to talk about my product. You pay Fisayo. You've used social medias, but using true influencer marketing to promote it on that social media. The same thing with Twitter. We have Palumi, Ring, or something like that. We have lots of them out there. So social media marketing is also a very important tool for marketing. It's a very, in short, there's no how you do digital marketing without calling social media marketing. It's very, very important for you to be able to understand. It's a very key way to position your brand online. Web analytics. What is web analytics? Remember I told you tracking. Now there are different forms of web analytics, and every channel out there, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of them try to give you a certain level of data for you to be able to understand how your content is performing. So you need all those analytics to be able to understand what you're promoting. Is it working? The paid advert, is it working? Whatever you're doing, if it's working efficiently, so you know whether you're wasting your time or not. So this is where web analytics come in. You need to use it to capture, analyze, and improve and optimize. It helps your optimization. It helps a lot to make you a better digital marketer. And remember, there are advanced ways to use data. That's why I said data scientists are coming into digital marketing. They help you improve how you when you use data, you're able to understand how better to create content, how better to sell content, how better to amplify your content. So web analytics comes, they have Google Analytics, they have Data Studio, they have Tableau. They have a lot of data tools out there that helps you be able to collect data, filter data, clean data, to be able to improve whatever deployment or whatever product. Because digital marketing also helps improve the product of the company and helps collect feedback. Digital marketing is really broad, and you need to use it as a way to always reach out to get feedback. And that's where we get to reputation marketing. Now you go to Google Download. When you go to Google Download, you see a subject of feedback, review, rating, and all that. All those things are very important in your reputation of your brand, to be able for people to be able to see your brand, on the strength of your brand, to understand how they can keep on using your brand, to pass out, whether they can trust your brand, whether they can continue to use your brand to pass out the right message out there. And that is where we would call the component, stop for the component for today. Please, next slide, please. Hello, please go to the next slide. Yeah. So thank you.